Barcelona are of course currently in the thick of final preparations for the opening round of fixtures of the 2025-26 La Liga campaign. A trip to Sun Moix to face RCD Mallorca awaits Flick and his men, who will no doubt be eager to get the defense of their Spanish top-flight title up and running in positive fashion. As alluded to above, however, amid efforts to ramp things up on Thursday, the Blaugrana's headmaster suffered a minor personal setback. Whilst on the pitches at the Ciutat Esportiva, Flick fell awkwardly, injuring his right hand in the process. As per a report from MD, the German coach fell and, as he went to rest on his hand on the ground, injured himself, and was treated by Dr. Ricard Pruna. Flick is wearing a splint on the back of his right hand and wrist. The former Bayern Munich boss, after being tended to, quickly got back to work in putting his squad through their paces in training. Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick has revealed that he was left altogether unimpressed by the efforts of a member of the club's midfield ranks during the early weeks of pre-season. The player in question? Fermin Lopez. Youngster Fermin is for his part of course currently pushing hard for a starting berth in Barcelona's opening fixture of the campaign. Afforded his latest chance to impress last weekend, the 22-year-old managed precisely that, notching a fine brace en route to a Joan Gamper Trophy victory over Como. With Dani almost struggling for fitness, the assumption in turn is that Fermin will indeed be in from the off at Sun Moix on Saturday. And as alluded to above, this marks something of a turnaround on the part of the Spaniard. Drawn on the form of his midfield starlet during his pre-Mallorca press conference earlier today, Hansi Flick admitted, "Fermin Lopez? He was amazing last season. During the start of this pre-season, I was not too impressed with him, but now he has improved a lot in recent weeks. He had a great game against Como." A leading member of the defensive ranks at La Liga champions Barcelona is on Friday set to put pen to paper on a new contract with the club. That's according to Blaugrana insider Gerard Romero of Gigantes, who points towards Jules Koundé as the player in question. France international Koundé is for his part of course fresh off a stellar individual campaign in 2024-25. Thriving from his berth at right back under the watch of new boss Hansi Flick, the former Sevilla man added a new attacking element to his game, en route to an impressive haul of 4 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. And such exploits, evidently, did not go unappreciated behind the scenes in Catalonia's capital. This comes amid confirmation that at some point on Friday, Koundé has been penciled in to sign a new long-term deal. As per the aforementioned Gerard Romero, the 26-year-old is all set to commit his future to Barcelona through the summer of 2030. An update on the future of a member of the goalkeeper ranks at La Liga giants Barcelona has on Friday been forthcoming online. The player in question? Inaki Pena. Shotstopper Pena is of course widely expected to be on the move before the summer is out, having continued to tumble down the pecking order between the posts in Hansi Flick's squad following the arrival of Joan Garcia. To date, reports had largely suggested that a contract termination was the most likely route towards as much. As alluded to above, however, if the latest word stemming from the media late this week is anything to go by, then an altogether different avenue now appears to be under consideration. As per a report from journalist Julie Claremont of Gigantes, Barça are working to renew Inaki Pena, whose contract ends in 2026. The club's intention is for him to go out on loan. An up-and-coming member of the attacking ranks at Barcelona is ready to give the green light to a loan move to La Liga rivals València. That's according to Mundo Deportivo, who point towards Dani Rodriguez as the player in question. Youngster Dani is for his part currently in the midst of the final stages of his recovery from a long-term shoulder injury. Prior to as much late last season, the 20-year-old had broken into the first-team setup in Barcelona, even managing a starting berth in a La Liga meeting with Real Valladolid. Following the respective arrivals of Marcus Rashford and Rooney Bargi in Catalonia's capital this summer, though, Dani is aware of the uphill task facing him in re-entering the plans of Hansi Flick. For this reason, the Spanish winger is giving real consideration to a temporary Blaugrana departure. Barcelona have received a timely financial boost ahead of the 2025-26 La Liga season thanks to former winger Francisco Trincao. According to Mundo Deportivo, Sporting CP have officially purchased the remaining 50% of Trincao's economic rights from Barcelona for €11 million. The Portuguese club, who originally signed him from Barça in 2023, now fully own the 25-year-old after announcing the deal in a formal statement. This unexpected windfall comes at a crucial time for the Catalan giants, who are working hard to register new signings Joan Garcia and Marcus Rashford before Saturday's league opener against Mallorca. Meanwhile, interest in young talent Dani Rodriguez continues to grow, with Valencia keeping close tabs on his situation. On the contract front, reports in Catalonia suggest there is no urgency from either the club or Frenkie de Jong's camp to push through a renewal, with talks expected to take place at a later stage. And the 28-year-old midfielder have made it clear they want to continue together beyond June 2026. De Jong remains a starter under Hansi Flick, but negotiations have stalled, at least for the moment. The main obstacle is his ongoing separation from longtime agent Ali Dursun, whose current agreement with De Jong runs until next year. Until that is resolved, any renewal would still send a commission to Dursun, even if the player no longer wants him as his representative. Barca are reportedly calm over the matter. The board believe De Jong's desire to stay is genuine, and they know they have the squad depth to cope if he were to leave. Young midfielders such as Gavi, 21, Marc Casado, 21, and Marc Bernal, 18, provide strong alternatives. Gavi offers dynamic pressing and energy. Casado impressed last season when given a run of starts, and Bernal was already a starter at just 17 before a serious knee injury. His recovery is nearing completion. The renewal is also tied to finances. Frenkie's current wages are among the highest at the club, and Barca's proposed new deal, covering this season and 2 more, would involve a pay cut to bring his salary in line with the club's economic parameters. If he accepts, it will be considered a win for both sides. If not, the club insists they will not overpay simply to avoid losing him, even on a free transfer. The view in the sporting department is that overcommitting financially would be just as damaging as letting him walk. Sources close to the situation indicate that De Jong's split from Dursun has been more complicated than expected, delaying an agreement that was originally hoped to be wrapped up before the summer. Pre-season reports suggested Barca wanted the deal signed by late June to help register new signings such as Joan Garcia and Nico Williams under La Liga's financial fair play rules. In late July, De Jong publicly reaffirmed his intention to renew, saying, "I am very happy at Barca. In the end I will renew," with the proposed contract expected to run until 2028 and possibly include an option for an additional year. Barca's abundance of midfielders has reduced any sense of urgency. Internally, there is even consideration of selling or loaning players in this area to balance the squad. For now, the club are prepared to wait. That's all the big Barcelona updates for today. Kounde signs long-term, Dani Rodriguez could leave, Flick is dealing with selection headaches, and the club's finances get a surprise boost. What do you think about Kounde's renewal and De Jong's contract situation? Should Dani Rodriguez leave for Valencia? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more daily Barcelona news and transfer updates.